Good afternoon, fellow traders. It's Black Coffee Trader coming at you here on an early Tuesday afternoon, November the 18th, doing an early recap today because it was a one and done day for me. And I'm back to trading all of my funded accounts. I traded every one of the Apex accounts today. I'm feeling better about my trading once again, really focused on taking really good setups. And I decided, you know what, we've got these staggered a little bit. I've got the one brand new account that we've traded now. I've got 4 accounts here that are about, well, they're 1,600 something in drawdown, and then the rest of them are a little bit lower. So if I just trade them together and we keep pushing them, we're going to slowly stagger the payout targets for these accounts, and that's perfectly fine. So I'm probably going to do that if I have a red day. If I have a red trade, like if the first trade's red, I will likely just kind of break them apart and maybe trade a couple accounts at a time if I see another setup, or just walk away and try to keep the red days to a minimum. So yeah, this market's crazy. It's about 1240 right now. And we're having a major rip on the Russell. This is where I took my trade this morning. Let's see what ES is doing. ES is pushing, and we're in this nasty chop session right now. And I really want no part of it. I'm really glad I took this trade this morning. NASDAQ, very similar. Really what appears to be happening is we've really bounced off. This is the daily 100 on NQ. And this is yesterday's low of day. This is Friday's low of day. So we're bouncing between the 100, the daily 100, which is a big level, and the last prior 2 days prior day lows. So we've got that going on NQ, and ES is really following suit. You've got the Friday low right there, yesterday's low, the Monday low right there, and you have a bounce here on the daily 100 on ES. So two markets, definitely ES and NQ, are definitely aligned and really creating some ugly action. And I kind of anticipate we might see this market go sideways for the remainder of the day, which is why I'm just out. So anyway, let's go back to the Russell, which is where I took my trade. I'll talk about that here real quick. So let me just move this over so we can kind of see what I was looking at this morning. This is a typical setup for me, and I don't take a lot of pre-market trades, but when it sets up like this, I'm going to try to take my shots. So the market dropped below the prior day low. This blue line right here is the prior day low on the Russell. And in the pre-market, we pushed up and we tested it, kind of triple topped here, fell back down. We came back up and tested it, and then we broke through it. And now you notice how we started to hold above it, and then we fell below. And what happened here, but we have a trap of all of these buyers that were looking for this to break to the upside. So this is a very clean break and retest of this prior day low on the opposite side of these trap buyers. I really, really like that setup this morning. And my critique, and I in the notes, and we'll look at it on TradeZella, but my critique of this was not taking the trade earlier. As you can see, I took the entry right here, and I note as soon as this candle right here, we had this little push higher, and looking at the cumulative delta, the volume delta, we started to see a push back down, and I saw a red candle forming, and I thought, man, I should take this shot. I should take it right here, stop above the prior day low, very low risk to reward, and I can target, this low somewhere in these low areas down here. Whether it's these lows coming in here or these lows coming in here, et cetera, et cetera. Well, my critique is I hesitated, and that is a weakness of mine. And if you've been trading for any length of time, it's probably something that everybody deals with. But I hesitated on taking this trade, and I actually looked away from my screen for a minute, or not a minute, but a little bit of time. Looked back, and we were already down here, and I'm like, man, did I just miss this trade? In fact, I said to myself out loud, I just missed that trade. And we kind of stalled here, and I said, you know what? I'm going in. I'm going to keep my stop here. Went in with 5 contracts, took the entry there, and then we just immediately started to fall. I mean, I had a little bit of drawdown, which is, let me just zoom in so we can see this a little bit better. I've got this thing really, here we go. So there's the entry, and you can see I suffered a little bit of drawdown, not much, basically 1 point. to gain about 4 points of profit. So it ended up being about a $100 trade, 96 bucks. Took off 4 of the contracts right there, and then NQES started rallying at the lows. This is this morning, so let's go right here. For example, you can see ES and NQ. Right around this time, we had dipped through this area here. This was the Thursday low. No, this is the yesterday's lows, the Monday lows. We had dipped through and pushed back higher. As this push was happening higher on the ES, NQ was, whoops, wrong thing here. NQ was right in here as well. As we fell down into this area, the support area, and we started to push out of it. As that occurred, that's where I closed. I basically just moved my stop down to break even. Said I'm just getting out. If it stops me out break even on the last contract, I'm fine. I mean, really, that ended up being 50-cent loss on that one contract. No big deal. The trade really was here. So in a nutshell, I was kind of bigger picture. I was wrong, but this is where you can take those trades. Break below that area, retest, and take the trade to the downside and get out with profit. So really, really nice trade. It was an easy trade. And as you can see, I kind of drew out this little yellow box that I was watching. So you have, staying below this area and then holding above and then dropping right back below. I mean, it does not get any cleaner than that on a break and a retest of a level. Just does not get any cleaner. Again, had I taken the trade up here, probably could have got out of here with 120 to 150 on this trade instead of only 100 bucks. So, but still, good trade. And obviously for the rest of the day, we really just did a chop zone on the Russell. And as we talked about earlier, on the NASDAQ, let's go over to where we are now. And on ES, we've pretty much, here we are again. We're rejecting off the Thursday or the Friday lows right now on the NASDAQ here as we talk at about 12:45. We're getting a pretty nasty rejection. This could continue. We could bounce, but this is just an area that is really, really choppy, and it's going to be hard to get a good trade, and it's easy to get trapped in this. And so it's better for me just to walk away, and I'm very, very happy with it. One trade and done pre-market, so we really didn't get anything out of the morning session, which is completely fine. But up 1370, again, first time trading all the funded accounts in quite some time, but we're feeling comfortable with it. Let's go to TradeZella so we can take a look at today. So here we go, up 1370, just one trade, so we're obviously 100%, and we're having a nice month on the Apex accounts. You can see I've got just the Apex accounts loaded here, but we're up almost 3,600, up 2,000 the last couple of days. So we've won every week when it comes to this month on Apex. Obviously did take this little break last week that I talked about yesterday. But boy, I want to keep this going. I don't know if I can. We're going to have a bigger red day at some point, but having a $44 red day and a $110 red day this month, that was the only 2 red days on the Apex accounts. That is great. The smallest winning day is 401, which is quadruple pretty much what the biggest red day is. So that is a successful formula. I want to keep that going. Looking at all the accounts, I kind of focus on all the accounts because that's what I've had. I did lose some accounts here, had some bigger red days there with those, but even with the accounts we lost, we're still up on the month. So having a good month, and hopefully we can keep that going. And again, just pushing these accounts along to payout. As far as the trades themselves or the trade itself, let's take a look at it here. You can see we had a 3.29 R. So a really, really nice trade. Again, 5 stars because it was an A+ setup, checked all the boxes. Glad I took it, especially now that the market's done what it's done. But 0.3 really risked only 1 point and tripled that basically for profit. So really, really happy with that. Let's see the screenshot, and you can kind of see the entry. See here, this is actually a little bit more clear for you, as you can see where this market was sitting in the morning there, and we dipped back below that prior day low. And my hesitation, this is where I should have taken the trade, and I ended up taking it right here at this little stutter at the bottom, so to speak. And I was worried about this just popping back up and taking me out. And I was like, you know what, I'm okay with it. If it does, it does. I'll just have to live with it, because it's either I take it now or I completely miss the trade. And I did end up moving this target up just a little bit. But really, you know, we just suffered a very, very small drawdown, got that flush, and we're out of the trade for a win. So really, really happy with that. So that's the results for today. Again, the TradeZella deal is going on. They have a Black Friday special going on. If you do not use a journaling software, I highly recommend using something. I really like TradeZella. That deal is going on, I think, November the 25th to the 30th or something like that. There's a banner that'll pop up here in the corner. And also a big deal, Apex came out with an 80% off sale and $40 activation fees. So 80% off. And for example, if you're a 50K account's like $34 or something like that with 80% off. So 34 plus 40 means you can get a funded account for about $75, $74 roughly. So probably the best deal, the best sale that Apex has ever ran, and that is running now through November the 24th. So again, there we go. There's the banner popping up. Code BCT gets you that deal. And thank you for those of you that use my code, whether it's with TradeZella, Apex, Take Profit Trader, QuantGuard, which, by the way, QuantGuard has been working very, very, very well. I think they've got the bugs all fixed, and I have been using QuantGuard for a few months now and really, really, really like the program. So, again, just a nice little safeguard to keep yourself from losing the accounts on having a bad tilt day or whatever. So, again, thanks for supporting the channel. Appreciate that. Hopefully you guys had a good day today. Hopefully you stayed out of this trash, or if you're a scalp trader, maybe you liked today. But in any case, there's no right or wrong to trading these markets. It's a matter of understanding what works for each individual and then trading that accordingly. So anyway, I don't know if I'll have another update tomorrow or not. We'll see. But today was an early day, and we're done and doing other things for the rest of the day. So thanks again for following along. Appreciate you guys. Have a great day, and we'll catch up with you on the next one. Take care, and so long.